Have you ever wondered how beer is created? Well, our next guest knows all about it. Antonio Maradiaga has a passion for suds. He's hoping you will share that passion and enjoy the fresh and unique products Twin Pansy Brewing Company has to offer. Antonio is joining us now here in the studio with very nice samples of his work. We appreciate you coming.
Thank you for having us.
Well, this is unique. I've never known anyone who started a brewery. Tell me, how did you get into this business?
I got into the beer making business about 6 years ago when my wife just had twin boys, and we were home a lot. We were watching the boys, and I ended up getting one of those beer making kits from one of those retail stores. It was a kit that used extract, which is just basically syrups, malt syrups. I started brewing that way. It got me into the basics. Some of the basics that you learn brewing beer is sanitation, the whole process of...
Yeah, sanitation is key.
Very, very key. Without sanitation, you go from having beer to just something that you really don't want to drink. So in learning the basics, I really got hooked into making my own beer, the flavor of that fresh beer. And from there, I started learning and reading as much as I could about beer. And pretty soon, my wife surprised me that same Christmas with a full grain professional beer making kit. And I say to all my friends, that probably was a defining moment, because you go from using malt extract to all grain, and the flavor and the whole process is completely different. And you just enjoy making your product. And one of the things that I really enjoyed was sharing it with family and friends and seeing their reactions when they tried my beer.
So how long was it before when you initially started messing around with the kits for beer making versus, when you decided to start Twin Pansy? What are we looking at time frame wise?
Time frame wise, it was probably about 5 years, or around 2013 is when we were sitting around having some of our beer, and I jokingly asked my wife, I said, we should try this full time. And God bless her, she said, we should. Let's do it.
You got a great wife.
I have a great wife, supports me, and especially when we have a brew day, she does not mind the mess as long as I clean it up.
So do you cook You prepare this at home?
Yes, at home. Right now we brew everything in our backyard.
Oh,
when
wow.
the weather's nice. When the weather's a little colder, we'll brew inside, and that's where things get a little messy and steamy, and the whole house ends up smelling great to me. But I think my kids and the wife, they're like, they really like it outside much better than inside.
So do you have plans to actually take your business to a brick and mortar location?
Yes, right now we're in the middle of a fundraising effort to just raise some funds, and our goal is to open in the city of Fairfax.
Oh.
The city of Fairfax is close to my heart because I went to George Mason University, and the mayor of the city of Fairfax reached out to us and his staff, and they really expressed an interest in having us open there in their city limits, and we said, this is great.
Absolutely.
We love the city of Fairfax, and we're really working hard to bring Twin Pansy Brewing Company to the city of Fairfax.
So help other entrepreneurs who are desperately trying to market their product. How did you get financing? Talk to me about that.
Financing right now, what we're doing is what we call bootstrapping. We're getting all of our savings, our 401k, trying to get our own money together, because our goal is to be one of the first minority-owned breweries in Fairfax County, where it's harder for us. We're not getting investors, but we're just pulling our money together, bugging family members, and having this fundraising effort that I mentioned earlier to try to raise some funds to open the actual location.
And the fundraising, is it a Kickstarter or that sort of campaign?
We're on Indiegogo.
Okay.
And our fundraising campaign has been on there for about a month, and it'll end in another 30 days.
Okay. Well, tell us about the product itself. It's funny, my managing editor, Willie, said, those look like moonshine bottles to me, and she's right, they do. It's great. So someone can come to, well, how do you handle it now? How do you get your product out?
So right now, there's a law that was passed recently in Virginia which gives breweries the same rights as wineries, which any brewery can serve by the pint or fill these containers, which are called growlers. The growlers cannot be consumed on site, but they can be taken home. So a good way for us to get people in is to serve by the pint, have them try out our product. We're sure they're going to love our product, and then they could buy a growler or bring their own growler, and we'll be happy to fill their growler with our beer.
So right now, because you don't have a brick and mortar location, you've got a website, and that's how you're
Correct.
selling right now.
We are not selling beer yet because by Virginia law, we have to have a location first in order to obtain our licenses, go with our permits through the TTB. So right now, we're just having tastings. And our next tasting is actually at the German School of Maryland, where we're making beer for their Oktoberfest celebration.
Oh.
So we'll be there pouring our beer, not taking any money, just again getting the word out so people can try our beer and learn a little bit more about us.
Are you surprised this is what you ended up, deciding to do professionally?
It's a dream come true, and I really think that once we open our location, it's going to bring together two of the things I love: brewing beer and just talking to people, and seeing the reaction when they drink my beer and getting their feedback, which is always great. I love criticism, and I think that'll help make our product even better.
Well, your product seems fantastic. How'd you come up with the name Twin Pansy?
Twin Pansy, the name actually, I have twin boys. Right. My son Adon, he came up with the name. We're racking our brains, coming up with a new name. We had some trademark issues with the old name, and one day he just comes up to us and he says, "Daddy, why don't you call it Twin Pansy?" And we looked at him and we said, "That is a great name. How did you come up with it?" And he said, "Well, we're twins and you guys like chimpanzees, so Twin Pansy."
Out of the mouths of babes.
Exactly.
Antonio Maradiaga, we're so happy for you. We're very proud of you. Twin Pansy Brewing Company is coming to Fairfax County pretty soon. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Congratulations. Proud of you.
Thank you so much.
All right. We'll be right back.